Hello, everybody. My name is Parks. I am the creator of Kilt Nation and also the Parks's Rant YouTube channel thing, whatever. I'm not a professional at this. And what I'm here to do today is to help anybody that is trying to lose weight. Basically, I personally have gone through a big weight loss over my life, and I've had a lot of people ask me how I've done it. And so the main part of this thing is diet, like you guys probably all know. So what I'm going to do today is show you my meal prep for this. Will pretty much work for anybody that's wanting to lose weight and actually has the drive to do it. Now, I'm just your average dude, okay? Like, I'm recording this shit on my phone. I'm doing no video editing here. So anytime you see it jump from this to the next screen or something, I'm just hitting pause on my camera, all right? I have a standard, friggin' LG phone with a camera, and then right now I'm using a selfie stick, but that's not going to last very long. I'm in my freaking one-bedroom freaking condo here. I have a fucking messy-ass damn house. I'm your average dude. I am 30 years old, I'm 6'4", and I'm lazy as shit. But I'm going to show you, just being an average guy, that you can do this stuff. I'm not a professional athlete. I'm not some sort of like nutritionist. I don't make a crap load of money. I'm just your average freaking dude. So I want to show you that the normal person, anybody who wants to lose weight, can just go into your grocery store, buy this normal crap, and freaking make a meal, like meal prep for your whole week, and with a little bit of drive and determination and, the whole thought process of actually wanting to do it, you can do this crap yourself. So, like I said, I'm going to show you what I do to lose weight. I went from 260 pounds down to 180 pounds. Yes, it didn't happen overnight. It's going to take a few months. But my most recent weight drop, I went from 220 pounds to 180 pounds in 100 days. That's 40 pounds in 100 days, okay? So that's a lot of freaking weight in a short amount of time, and it wasn't just from diet, okay? There was a lot of exercise involved, but I was trying to meet a very short deadline. I was trying to get ready for an event. But if you guys stick with this diet plan, it will work for you. Obviously, the calorie count is going to be different for everybody. Men are going to need more. You ladies are going to need less. So, enough with that. I'm going to walk you guys into my kitchen right now, which is right here, the shit kitchen. It's a fucking mess. Just deal with it. But I'm going to show you guys basically how to turn this simple little freaking pile of shit food into something that's going to get you healthy. So, without further ado, let's pause this now and get over to what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's start off with the first thing I'm going to make here. I'm going to make some brown rice. And I'm going to give you guys a rundown of basically the ingredients that I use right off the bat. So in case you want to reference this video again later, it doesn't get you all fucked up. Like trying to, go through the whole thing looking for it. Let's see, I got a bag of brown rice here. As you can see here, I got 2 jalapenos, any size that you want. If you don't like jalapenos, that's fine. I just like a little bit of spice and some things, so I'm going to use those. We got asparagus, broccoli, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, okay? I know a lot of people say use chicken breasts if you want to lose weight, and I think it is better for you. I'm pretty sure it is because there's less fat in it, but you know what? That's the hard thing about being a big fat ass, okay, is that you like food. You like flavor and taste. So, that being said, I don't use fucking chicken breast because I hate the taste of chicken breast. Like, it's not that I hate the taste of it, it's just, it's so easy to dry it out, and it turns out like crap half the time. So I'm using chicken thighs. They have more flavor, they're easier to cook, and it's just easier to deal with. And then there's going to be other spices that I'll show you as we go. The key to this diet, if you guys are going to do this, is no salt, no sugar. Okay? Because, especially sugar, because it's a pain in the ass. Because, any sugar you take in, it's going to make you fat. It just, like, I'm sorry. If you guys love sugar, it's going to be hard for you. But once you get on this diet, and if you follow this and you do it, your body will change and it'll start to crave this kind of food. It's a whole gut bacteria thing. Right now, if you're fat and you like sugar and stuff, the reason you crave sugar so damn much is because your gut bacteria is feeding off of sugar. That's the kind of bacteria that you are having grow inside your system. So when it gets hungry, it sends signals through your body to your brain and tells you eat sugar because the bacteria in your system is hungry. So if you switch over to the clean food, it will start having bacteria grow that craves this kind of stuff. And that's what you want. So it's going to be hard for a while. Trust me, it's going to suck. I'm not saying this is going to be easy at first because I love sugar. I love my sodas. I love candy bars, potato chips. I still eat that stuff time to time, but it's all about moderation. That's why I'm making this diet meal now. I've already lost a ton of weight. You know, I went from 260 down to 180, like I said before, but over the last year, I climbed back up to 196 as of last week. I haven't measured myself this week, but so I'm just trying to get back down to 180 because, you know, summer's coming up. I got some music festivals and stuff I want to go to, and Comic-Con and other things. I want to go to the beach, and I want to make sure that my girlfriend still wants to have sex with me, so that's another thing I got to keep in check also. All right, so here we are. We're going to start with the brown rice. What I like to do is, personally, I like to start with a couple of jalapenos. What you want to do, the only reason I use jalapenos is basically because they give flavor to the rice. So I actually put it in with the rice as it cooks. So I mince it up real nice, and I put it in with the rice, so as it cooks, it gives a little bit of spice and flavor. So simply just cut the tops, the stems off, and then I like to cut the dick tip off the bottom of these things. That's just my personal preference because there's like a little nub on there. I don't know. I just don't want it. Sometimes they're brown. So just go through standard kitchen knife, normal stuff here. Let me make sure this crap's still recording because I want to be talking to my fucking self for no reason. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm not a professional. I'm just in a little shitty fucking kitchen here with not very good equipment. This is standard equipment everybody could or should have in their kitchen. All right, so all you're going to do is mince all this stuff up real nice. I can't speed this up for you guys because, like I said, I don't do video editing. I'm just a freaking cheap-ass, lazy dude that doesn't know how to freaking work with a lot of electronics, so whatever. I do a little podcast, and then I'm showing people this like it's nothing great. So to spare you the time of this, I'm going to pause the video again, and then I'll show you what the end product is going to look like. But this is how I do it, just with the knife, mincing it all up, and I'll show you the finished product here in just half a second for you guys. Okay, here we are. We got the jalapenos all minced up and ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my brown rice. I measured out 2 cups here. I'm going to put this into my rice cooker. I use a rice cooker. I know not everybody has one. You can do this in a pot with standard boiling water, whatever. It's still the same, except my girlfriend got me one of these for Christmas, so I'm going to use it. So I'm going to go with what I'm using for my needs for the week. I'm putting in 2 cups of rice. Standard brown rice. I don't wash my shit. Some people say wash it because it helps get rid of the starch and it'll stop it from boiling over and everything. But again, I'm lazy. I got my little spoon, spatula looking thing here that came with the rice cooker. But whatever. It's all the same crap. We're going to spoon all of it in on top of the rice here. Now, a good reason to use jalapenos and other peppers if you like stuff more spicy is because jalapenos are a natural thermogenic for your body, which means they increase your body temperature. They force your metabolism to kick up, which will help you, in turn, burn more fat. Now, each one of these meals, I'm going to show you what I'm prepping, is 500 calories each. Okay, so the measurements I'm going to show you towards the end of the video when I'm prepping the actual containers is very important that you stick with those measurements for each meal, especially when you're doing meal prep, because you want to be able to just reach into your fridge and grab one of these during a certain time of day when you need it. And another key thing to losing weight is you want to keep your meals spaced out at even time frames. So don't, skip breakfast and then, try eating, 3 of these things for dinner because you're freaking hungry. You got to eat breakfast. You got to eat lunch. You have to eat dinner. You have to eat all this stuff. And try to stick with the same time schedule every single day. Because that way it keeps your metabolism going. Your body knows what's going on. You're not tricking it. Yada, yada, so on and so forth. So here's my second 2 cups of rice I'm going to put on top. So I put in 2 cups of brown rice, uncooked. Then I got my 2 jalapenos. They were fat this week at the grocery store, so they're pretty big. And then 2 more cups I'm putting on top here. Now, if you don't know how to cook rice, you can always look it up online. It's simple how to cook brown rice. Use brown rice. Don't use white rice, okay? Because brown rice has more vitamins and all that shit in it. So as you can see, we got in here. And then, as far as I can recall, with cooking rice, it's the same ratio all around. You got, it's a 1-to-2 ratio. So every 1 cup of rice, use 2 cups of water. So here's the first 2. I'm going to need 8 cups. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And since I'm using a rice cooker, I cook my rice for just about 45 minutes. Just whatever was in the directions. Like I said, if you don't know how to cook brown rice, look it up on the internet. It's all there. So we're going to get this out of the way, and then we shall go over to the next item. All right, next up, we got the chicken thighs. Show me them thighs, baby. All right, so just going to pull it straight out. I don't wash my chicken. Some people prefer it. I really don't give a shit because I've never had any problems with it. If you're freaked out, yes, go ahead and wash your chicken first. I got a shit ton of chicken. As you can see, hopefully you can see off camera. I didn't really look at it. But right over here, I'm putting it in it's a baking pan, I guess. It's like a cake pan or whatever. But I use another thing because I do cook a lot of chicken. So, as you can see, just pull all this crap out. I'm trying to speed this up. I don't want this to be like a freaking hour-long video. It's going to take forever to upload, 1, and 2. You guys are probably going to get bored. So, let's get this out of the way. Into the garbage. Grab the next one. Try to keep the plastic down because I do not want raw chicken on my cutting board because we will need that later. Come on, open up, you dick. There we go. Alright. Alright, so that thing's pretty much full. Let's try to jam another one in here. Bammo! Get that one out of the way. I got another thing. This is like a, I don't know what the hell you want to call this thing. It's just like a fucking thing with slits in it. So when you do cook your chicken, it will get all the fat to drain out. The other one won't, obviously. It's better with this because you're not getting all the grease and shit on your food. But it won't really dry it out because the way we're cooking, we're going to bake it. And the way you want to bake your chicken is just throw it in the oven, preheat your oven to 375 degrees is what I do personally. And then you just leave it in there for 35 to 40 minutes. Just keep an eye on it and see how it goes. And you know what? I still got room on that thing. So I'm going to transfer some of the pieces that are packed in on the cake pan or whatever over here so they can drain out better. So it'll look something like this. Oh yeah, we make a chicken. The guy on the camera is making racist German sounds. We don't like him. No, Scheiße. Scheiße on this guy here, okay? We don't like the white boy. Alright. Rinse my hands off. Like I said, this is not professional, as you can tell. I'm not a pro. I'm not a freaking professional cook. This whole diet thing, I've just done research over the years and finally figured out the right way of doing this, where you still have flavor and, you know, you're still going to lose weight at the same time. All right, so, bam, here's your chicken. And here are the seasonings you want to use. Now, you don't have to use all these, but the two that I do recommend at least are some black pepper. I got some peppercorns here. I found this at my grocery store this morning, so it's got a little grinder on it. I'm going to try that out. And cilantro, especially cilantro, because from what I researched, it also helps boost your metabolism. And then I am also going to be using some garlic powder and some onion powder. No, that's probably all blurry. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not even looking at the screen on my fucking phone, so I don't know what I'm saying. So just simple, like you'd say, just put as much as you want of this crap on there. Just season it to taste, because, you know, it's not going to add calories to anything. I mean, if it does, it's freaking minimal. So there's the garlic. Here's the onion. I love garlic and onion, so I pile this shit on there. I believe onion might help boost metabolism a little bit as well. And the good thing about eating garlic, especially if you live in the South or live close to a lake or some crap, is it helps keep the mosquitoes off of you during the summer, because the freaking mosquitoes are a pain in the ass. I actually had one of my meals early on Monday, and I went for a walk with my girlfriend, and there was a crap load of mosquitoes out, and they were attacking the shit out of her. But I was sitting there, I just ate a ton of freaking garlic that was on my food, and my breath still stank of it. She was bitching how my breath smelled like garlic, and I didn't have any problems. She was having problems, but not me. Alright, I don't know how this damn thing works. Let me make sure there's nothing else on here. Look at that thing, it's kind of cool. It's got a little grinder on it, let's see how it works. Oh, yes. Yes. Look at that. I don't know how well the detail is on the camera, but this thing's freaking handy dandy notebook, isn't it? Shit's fucking Blue's Clues over here. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Alright, so there you go. There is your chicken prep. So after this, it's ready to go. Just throw it in the oven. Like I said, 375 degrees. Preheat your oven till it's ready to go. Then once it's ready to go at 375, pop it in there. Put a timer on, 35 to 40 minutes, somewhere right in there, until the chicken looks cooked. And then pull it out after that, and you'll be able to get ready to prep it. So next, we're going to start moving over to the veggies. Alright, next up, we got the asparagus. The asparagus is really good for you, obviously, because it's a green vegetable. It does have some unique flavor to it. If you enjoy asparagus, then you're really going to like this. If you don't, I'm sorry. Same with broccoli. It does make your pee smell extremely funny, which is always good to fuck with other people if you share a restroom with someone, so that's always cool. And then also, with the amount of asparagus that's going to be in each meal, the only way I could put it is this stuff really cleans out your system. It doesn't give you like diarrhea or anything, but the only way I can describe it is if you eat enough asparagus throughout the day, it's basically like sending a chimney sweep broom, like you'd see in Mary Poppins from the chimney sweep guys. It's like sending one of those brooms through your system and like out your asshole. It just cleans it out. I mean, it really, like, it just cleans out your system really nice. That's why I like it. The way I cook my asparagus and the broccoli is I use a big ass pot that I fill up with a little bit of water, and as you can also see here, inside is a nice steaming basket, which came with this pot. You can find them online. You can find them at like Bed Bath Beyond, whatever. I prefer to steam mine because I feel like it adds more flavor. I used to boil it, so you can just get a pot and boil this stuff. Again, go online, figure out how long to boil or steam everything. With the asparagus and the broccoli, I typically go with like the same amount of time, like 7 to 10 minutes on the steaming. So here I got my big basket. You can see it. It's got the holes in it. I'm going to put that off to the side here. And the only thing you want to do is when you get your bundles of asparagus is all I really do is I keep the rubber band on it, at least one if it comes with a rubber band, and I just chop off the bottoms because you can see how it's nice and green and fresh versus like the dried out bottom portions that are kind of gross looking. That's the only reason I chop off the bottom. I probably didn't need to chop that much off, but you know, it's just easy for me to do it that way. And I take the rubber band off, throw it in the basket. Bam, go on to the next one. Rubber band off. Actually, I should have kept it on, but whatever. Choppy, choppy. Make sure you got them all. Dump it in the basket. And one more for you guys to see, and then I'll go on to the rest because I got a whole nother bag of this shit because, like I said, I have to go through a lot. Now, the key thing with losing weight, if you're going to try doing my little diet thing here, is you got to find out what your resting metabolic rate is. You can go online and look that up. It's basically just asks like your age, height, male, female, and you know how much you weigh and all that jazz. And then it calculates roughly, I mean, I don't know how accurate the online stuff is, but just get a rough estimate on how much your body burns at rest every day. And then you got to go from there. So I know that my body burns about 2,500 calories a day with what I do. It's just from the research I've done. So I'm cutting my calorie intake down to cutting it down by 500 calories to 2,000 calories a day. So whatever your normal burning rate is of your body, just chop it down to or chop it down by 500 calories per day, and it will be pretty much a good step towards weight loss. It's a pretty simple way of doing it. So after you get done chopping up your asparagus, or asparagus, puts the ass in asparagus, just throw away the chopped off parts, and then you got your asparagus in the bottom, and then you just throw that onto the steam or into the boiling water, however you want to cook it. Let it steam or boil for however long it needs to cook. Then pull it out, strain it, and then it'll be ready to measure. So I'll finish this up, and then we'll get on to the next part. Alright guys, welcome to the next step. I've done, sounds so redneck of me. I finished steaming the asparagus. It's over here off to my right. It'd be your guys' left. And now I'm ready to start measuring this out so I can get on to the next step, because I do need to use that steamer and pot for the broccoli. Here's something that you definitely want to purchase if you are going to be doing a meal prep setup like this. You definitely need a food scale. A digital food scale like this is good. You can find these on Amazon for pretty cheap. I can't remember how much they cost. Probably like 20, 30 bucks, something like that. So it gives you your units between kilograms and pounds. You can select. It's just got a little reader right there and the flat top for weighing, obviously, because it's a fucking scale. And then also you want to get some of these. You can find these on Amazon really cheap also. Now you want to make sure you purchase enough for your whole week worth of meal plans. They come with the lid, and there's simple little black plastic containers. They're really cheap. Just make sure you get enough. I ordered like 40 something of these things because I eat 4 of these meals a day. I actually have a different thing for breakfast, so I eat 3 of these meals a day, and then I have something else for breakfast, and I'll explain that to you guys towards the end of the video if I remember. So you want to make sure you order these. They're really cheap. They're microwavable, all that good stuff. I think they're all BPA free and all that jazz. So what we're going to do here with asparagus, if you want to make sure you have the correct weight, throw it on the scale, turn it on, make sure it tears out to 0. So as you can see, when I take it off, it's about -1 ounce. So these things are pretty light. I'm moving it around. That's why the number is jumping. So if I go like this, gravity, physics, all that crap, momentum, G-forces. So I throw it on there. I got 0. So I'm going to grab my tongs. You don't need to use tongs, but obviously they're super helpful. Just grab big ass thing full of asparagus, throw it in there, and the amount of asparagus that I use, or that you need to use if you're going to be doing the 500 calorie per meal thing like I'm doing, is I use 8 ounces of asparagus. So it takes up quite a bit of space. So just keep loading it up. Keep loading it up. Let's see, where are we at? 8.1. I'm going to take that one out because that's probably about 0.1. Bam! 8 ounces on the dot. So fill it up with your asparagus. Put it to the side. Go on to the next one. Stick it on there. I don't really need to re-tear it because these are all the exact same weight. You know, give or take. There are tolerances when manufacturing this stuff, but they're all the same weight, so you don't have to re-tear it again. Now, if you're off by like 0.1 of an ounce, you'll be fine. You know, but just try to, the more accurate you are, the better your diet will be. That's all I have to say. So if you're really precise with it, then it's just, you know, your results are going to come out a lot better, a lot easier. So I recommend, you know, getting it right at 8.0. It's just, I know how my body burns things, so I can be off just a little bit. So just keep doing that. Just keep loading it up, keep measuring, obvious. And then, you know, then we'll move on to the next thing. So that's the measurement for the asparagus. When you have asparagus, 8 ounces of asparagus per container. All right, so we'll move on to the next subject coming up. All right, everybody. Next up, we've got broccoli. All right, standard fresh broccoli. I don't recommend the frozen broccoli because that's just me. It's just flavor-wise. So what you're going to do is get your broccoli out here. This is the way I got it from the store. You're looking at it. I got quite a bit. I got, for this week, I purchased about 6 pounds of broccoli. So what you want to do, you just got your standard kitchen knife, again, the same one we've been using. When you get your broccoli, all I do is the same thing with the asparagus. Just chop off the bottom because it's kind of dried out. It's been sitting around for who knows how long in transportation. And then you just get the pieces, pull them off as you need, and throw them into the same steam basket with the same pot full of water, whatever you're working on. And just throw the crap in there. Once you can't pull off any more stems, just chop it down. It's okay to eat the, you know, the stalk or the trunk of the tree. If you want to look at these as little trees still, if you're still, you know, 2 years old. But, you know, just split them up to whatever size you really need. You know, just bite-sized pieces and throw them in there. I don't know why some people throw away the stems. It makes no freaking sense to me because it's all the same damn plant. I mean, like, if you're looking at it, people are like, I only like eating the tops. Well, you know, this piece here is the exact same thing all the way down. You know, it's going to go all the way down to the root of the plant, which they don't have in the store. But, you know, even with the longer stalks, it's the same thing. Just make sure you cut them up small enough to when you steam them or boil them, you know, they actually cook all the way through. So, simple, self-explanatory stuff. I mean, this stuff is easy. It's not like I'm doing anything difficult. It just takes time to do. That's the only problem with this, is just the time. Like, they also have these leaves on them. I personally try to get rid of them where I can. I mean, a few of them get in my food. It's no big deal. It's all the same crap. Who cares? It's a vegetable. We're animals. We can do this. It's not like it's a big deal. Just eat it. It's fine. You're not going to die unless you got some, like, crazy rare, like, disease or something. Like, you know, some people are allergic to grass. You know, that's a thing out there. But, you know, unless you got something crazy going on, you'll be fine. So just chop off the stalk, throw that piece in the garbage, and then just start going to town. So I got a few there. Pick them up, throw them in. And like I said, I'm not going to go through all the broccoli that I have because, you know, it'll just take forever for you guys to watch this stuff. It's always good to make sure after you're done cooking, if you guys do a lot of cooking, each time you're done cooking and, you know, you finish washing your knives and everything, before you put them back away in the drawer after they're dry, make sure you sharpen your knives because this becomes a pain in the ass with a dull knife. Just get a cheap, simple little knife sharpener online and it works. I'll show you the one I use. I have this one. I actually got it from my mom. She gave me this, Chef's Choice it says. It's got 2 spots. You sharpen it on the more coarse side. I give it about 10 strokes through there, and then you go to the finer side, 10 strokes through there. Obviously, they're not going to, if you have a super dull knife, they're not going to get sharp right away. But if you just continue to do that each time you use your knife, eventually your knives are going to be super sharp. Okay, so after you get done chopping up your broccoli, you throw them in your basket or whatever. If you're going to steam them, I steam mine for about 7 to 10 minutes, same thing. Closer to 7 minutes for myself because I like mine a little crunchy still. If you like your stuff more soggy, you know, kind of like the consistency of peanut butter, then keep going. But personally, I like mine crunchy. All right, so we'll go on with that, and then we'll get on to the next item. All right, guys, I'm back. One quick thing. I just realized that my phone only does about 30 minutes worth of video time, and we've hit that mark. So this is going to be a 2-part video. This is the end of part 1. I'll post this real quick, and then I'll start a new video to finish show you what we're doing, and then that'll be the second part of the video. So after this video is over, just go ahead and check down below or wherever. It'll be on the same page, and it'll take you to part 2. And then we'll keep going and finish this bad boy up so you guys can lose some of that fattiness. So we'll see you guys in the next video.